Hey, how's it going everyone? This is DCSG81 and today I'm very excited to be doing a review for this Mafex Zack Snyder Justice League Superman. Yes, I know that I didn't make a video about whether I should get him, but in the end I'm convinced because I think this will be the last action figures of Henry Cavill as Superman. I do really pray that they will actually make the Superman from the Black Adam so that they have a reason to make another Superman in his regular suit. I think a lot of you guys actually wanted that. The same goes for me. Let's take a look at the box. This time around I kind of feel it's a super cool design of the box because they kind of decided to go all black and white for the box. It just looks very nice. It's like a tribute to him as his final portrayal of a Superman. This side of the box you can see the very cool menacing looks of this Superman, and the same goes for this other side. Wow, I just can't wait to see all the head sculpt. And at the back of the box is where the colors start coming in. Basically you can see a very cool poses of him as well as all the heads that he comes with. So let's get him out. Okay, so before I actually take out the figure and show it to you guys, oh my god, I think I do have a very worrying situation here because as you can see in this picture of mine, the cape doesn't seem like in a good positions, and I have seen some pictures of other collectors who have some other problems with the cape. Let's take it out and have a look. I really haven't taken it out yet, so this will be the first time. Please don't screw up, please don't screw up. Okay, you can see that the cape is not in a good position at all. Oh my god, how do I actually adjust it?
12 o'clock midnight.
Okay, so thank goodness I'm able to readjust the cape slightly. It's not as bad looking as earlier on, but it doesn't seem as natural looking as the original, which is this guy here. You can see how the cape actually rested on his shoulder very naturally. This one looks much better. So with that aside, let's take a look at the whole figure on its own. Wow, I must say that I'm pretty happy on how it looks like, even though it's just a repaint, but it does looks very good. Just take a look at all the amazing details, even though we have seen this in the regular versions, but it still looks very good. I just love this all silver Superman sign of hope even though it's an S sign, but it does looks very nice. Wow, this is amazing. And as you can see, the suit does have its own texture, not just the smooth surface. They have all this very nice texture as per the movie. Yes, it's really nice looking, even though it's just a repaint. Again, like I say, it's just a repaint, but it still looks gorgeous, especially with the cape. Not as premium feeling as the Cyborg Superman cape, but it's still very good, I would say. And at the back you can still see some very nice design of the suit. Wow, and I believe the highlight is of the head. Okay, of course they have improved the head tremendously. I believe it does looks very much like Henry Cavill now, and I do feel that they also improve the expression altogether. Maybe it's an entirely new sculpt, I'm not sure, but it does looks awesome. You can see that he looks so handsome, and also the skin tone, I believe they actually repair it a bit, not as pale as the previous one. And you can see that this portion is still not being fixed. It's a very pale skin tone as compared to the neck and the head. Yeah, somehow they missed this out. So in overall, yes, this is a beautiful repaint. And next we'll move on to the articulation. I'll start with the head as always, so he can look to the right, looks to the left. Looking up, pretty good. Looking down, yes, not too bad. He does have a separate neck, so he can actually move very freely. His hand can go 360 degrees. And there's a butterfly joint, but the movement is pretty limited. His hand can go up about 90 degrees, slightly more. And arm swivels, a double joint elbow. He can swivel his hand around, moving up and down. 2 points of articulations. As his waist, he can turn very freely, and even the torso. So this Superman can bend forward, well, not too bad. And bending backwards, wow, is even better. There is no touch swivel, but you can still swivel like this. And there's a slight pull down mechanism. With the leg being pulled down, he can do a kick, not too good. Kicking backwards is also not too good. A double joint knee. His foot is on a ball joint, so he can turn around pretty freely. And he also comes with some shoe hinges. Let's see how well this Superman can do a split. Well, not too good. And as for his cape, he does have a bendy wire on the side, but not on the below part of it, and also on this side. Okay, so it's just on the side of it. And let's see how well the bendy wire can do poses. Okay, yeah, not too bad at all, not too bad, even though the bendy wire is not as strong as the cyborg Superman, but you can see that it still can hold some pretty awesome poses. So in overall, I do think that this Superman does have a pretty decent articulations. And next we'll move on to the accessory. I will start with the hands as always. So it just comes with a pair of closed fist hand that's already on the figure, a pair of relaxed hand which is beautifully sculpted, and lastly a pair of open palms hands. And next, I believe these are the saving grace of this figure, which are this angry looking head sculpt. Wow, this does looks very nice. And next is this very pissed looking with his teeth showing. And the last one is this very beautiful head sculpt with the laser eyes. Wow. Some of you guys actually mentioned this is just a repaint of another angry head by just painting the red around the eyes, but it is not, because as you can see now, wow, it's a totally different head. The expression is different, and even the hair is different altogether. Yes, basically these are all the accessories that this Superman comes with. Okay, it's very lacking, but I still accept it because of all the beautiful heads of different expressions. Especially this one is a saving grace for this figure. And next I'll show you how to put on some of the accessories for him. So I'll start with the hands. So you just need to put it out like this and just slot it back in, as simple as that. As for the head, you just need to pop it out like this. And this is the angry looking head, wow, which looks very good. And the next one is even angrier, just that he looks like he's advertising for some toothpaste advertisement. And last but not least, wow, this is menacing. Wow. It just looks very good here, my goodness. And next, let's take a look at some poses here. And the very first pose is yeah, it's not exactly a superhero landing pose, but I'm trying to mimic this pose before he takes his first flight. And as you can see, he can do the pose pretty well, except that again, his head can't really look up that much. Very unfortunate, otherwise it will be perfect. And what is Superman without some flying pose? Wow, I think this is a pretty good one. If you decided to hang him mid-air in your collection, I believe he should look very good. And this next angry punching pose, which I pretty much like it. Wow, this is really nice. I think the cape actually do a big part into doing all these wonderful poses here. This is rather good. And lastly, yes, this is my favorite head. Of course, I have to do justice to it. Wow, this looks very awesome. This is really the selling point of this figure itself. Very good. Okay, so right now I'd like to talk about the pricing for this guy here. He costs around 8,660 yen, which is equivalent to 67 USD, which is pretty much the standard price right now. As you know, Mafex price is hiking, but this guy is still on the lower end. So I would say that yeah, not too cheap, but still okay as of now. I'm pretty sure if this figure were to release a few years later, he will cost around 9 to 10,000, even with the very limited accessories. Click on the likes button if you enjoy this video. Thank you. Next, I'll do some size comparison. I'll start off with some SH Figuarts Captain America from the Avengers Endgame, as well as this Wonder Woman 84. And next, I'll move on to some Mafex Superman. So I have the Return of Superman, which is also in a dark suit like him, as well as this latest Cyborg Superman. Wow, this is beautiful. And still on Mafex, I'll compare with some other Superman. So I have this Hush Superman, as well as this The Dark Knight Rises Superman, which is kind of fat. And lastly, let's compare with this Justice League's Superman. Okay, this is the one that you guys been wanting to see. He looks kind of small as compared to him. And also this Mafex Batman from Justice League as well, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, this Kryptonite Spear is from Takara Tony. You can check out the review right over here. And I believe some of you guys actually asked me before, what's the skills difference between the Mafex and the McFarlane's? I do have one McFarlane's Superman, so yeah, you can see how huge the difference is between them. Okay, so my final verdict for this Zack Snyder Superman based on all the star ratings so far is going to be an 8.5 out of 10. Yes, aesthetically I think it looks beautiful, even though it is a repaint of the regular one. But I think the head sculpt actually makes a big difference. They actually improve all the head sculpt that they have given. It looks beautiful. It really looks like Henry Cavill, as you can see. Even though the accessory is kind of lacking, but the heads I think is kind of make up for it. So if you were to ask me, I would think that this Superman is a definite must-have, because I think a lot of you guys actually missed out the previous Justice League Superman, which is kind of pricey right now in the market. So like I said earlier, I do hope that Mafex will consider to reissue the old Justice League Superman, or they even release the Black Adam Superman. So yes, again, this Superman is highly recommended, and I do hope you enjoy my review, and most importantly, it helps you to decide whether you should get this guy. And I'll see you again in my next video. I hope you'll watch this video right now.